Siya Ram.
जो जीवन का सार समझ ले जीवन उसका है, जर्रा निकाले जो माटी सब कंचन उसका है, जर्रा निकाले जो माटी सब कंचन उसका है, परते हटाता चल मन को
सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Deepa, do you have a question?
Yes. So by the law of karma, we know that the consequences will be according to our actions.
By the law of destiny. We haven't done the law of karma as yet.
Okay, yeah, but by the law of destiny, the result is according to our actions. But Krishna says ki you only have right to the action, not to the result. But if you do the action, the result will come. So what does he mean when he says that?
That you can control result only by action. You cannot control result directly.
Okay, so basically, just because you desire it, you won't get it. You have to actually work for it. That's what he means. Thank you.
So we have been studying the law of destiny, where we've understood that based on our past thoughts, desires, and actions, we have current thought, desires, and actions. These actions, when we perform, have consequences. So whatever we are going through in life today is the consequence of all our thoughts, desires, and actions that we have done in the past. So the buck stops here. Most of us want to give the buck somewhere outside of ourselves, either to God or to circumstances or to feng shui or something else, something other than me, basically, parents, God knows, everything. Everybody comes up with something or the other. The buck stops here. You are responsible for your life. You are responsible for what goes on in your life. You are the central fulcrum of everything, and it cannot be any other way because you are the self. You are the Lord Almighty. How can it be anything else? How can it be anybody else determining for you? You are the self, immortal, imperishable. So, how can it possibly be? How can Vedanta subscribe to an idea that does not put you in power? The entire power is yours, the entire control is yours, the entire universe is yours. So, when you're taking a stance such as that, a powerful stance, you can't then say, oh, my mommy did this, my daddy did this, my circumstances did this. No, don't talk nonsense. So that's where we are at the moment. So who will read the next paragraph?
I can read.
Yes.
Destiny is ruled by a scientific law relating to cause and effect. You are the creator of your destiny. There is no extraneous power controlling your life, no God shaping your destiny. God has nothing to do with the type of thought, desire, and action emanating from you. He does not determine their nature. No doubt, God is the supreme power which enables you to think, desire, and act. But the quality of your activities is entirely your making. You are the architect of your life. You are responsible for its positive or negative character. You make or mar yourself. Basically, the buck stops here. We are solely responsible, even though God is the power through which it acts. But what action is done solely dependent on us and the consequences thereof.
Well, it is solely dependent upon us. Then what is God's role in it? God is merely the energizing and enlivening principle. Whether a gadget gives light or air or magnifies sound or mixes and churns is not dependent on electricity, but on the gadget through which that electricity is functioning. This is a basic principle of Vedanta, and it should be stuck into our heads like you can't move this. Okay? Whether the car moves fast or slow, or is efficient or is inefficient, has nothing to do with the petrol. Petrol is the same in all of them. What is different is the car, not the petrol. So, God in us is that petrol, is that electricity. Without His power, nothing can happen. And yet, what happens is because of us. If we can learn to make that one distinction in life, the very base of the philosophy starts becoming clear, and therefore all the consequences of that base belief. So will we go to the next paragraph? Aparna, will you read?
Yes, sure, Janki. Spiritual ignoramuses believe that God does everything, that whatever happens, happens with the will of God, that God has created the world and determined the course of each one's life therein, and consider a human being a victim of God's determination. They do not believe that he has any part to play in molding his life, whereas the atheists ever that a human being is only responsible for whatever happens in life, that human effort is everything, and there is nothing else to it. Vedanta resolves the difference in their points of view. God is no doubt the substratum, prime mover of all activities, as petrol is to movement of all cars. But petrol does not determine the mode and course of their motion. It is the engine that provides the power in the car. The driver determines its direction, course. Similarly, the human mind and intellect determine the nature and direction of activities, and they in turn fabricate his destiny, not God. So, in summary, reiterating the same point that we are basically responsible for our own actions, and we cannot blame it, and or rather not say it's because of God or God has determined it for us. So that's one part. There are people who say that they are a victim of God's determination, and the other are the atheists who believe that nothing is determined by God, it's all they are doing. But Vedanta comes in between both of them, saying that in between the thought that there is definitely a God, but who's the prime mover of all activities. But and has given the example of the petrol being there uh, as akin to God being there, but it is we who are actually driving the car. So it is our work that determines our destiny or shapes our destiny.
Very good. So the enlivening factor is God, but the activities are determined by a human being's mind and intellect. And the activities determine
Consequence of the world.
Destiny.
they determine the consequence. So are your consequences predetermined? Yes, because your action has been performed. If you have not yet performed the action, then it's not yet predetermined. But if you have performed the action, then it's predetermined. So is it predetermined? Yeah, as soon as you perform an action, okay? As soon as you press the trigger, where it's going to hit is predetermined. But if you haven't yet pressed the trigger, now all possibilities exist. You may press it, you may not press it. Any possibility is there for you. You may point it correctly, not point it correctly, change your mind about doing it. Everything is open to you. But the moment you have pulled the trigger, now that's it. You have now put consequences into action. If it continues in that direction, whatever those actions are, that result has to be hit. It's only a question of when. It's only a question of time. But if you continue that, it's going to happen. If you continue drinking the way you're drinking, you are going to become an alcoholic and face all those consequences. It's only a question of time. If you continue studying Vedanta, and you just keep doing it, you will hit realization. It's only a question of time. Whatever you're doing currently is writing what is going to happen to you in the future. Right. Next paragraph. Who will read the next paragraph? Yeah, Prashant?
Madam, in that paragraph, how is the atheist point of view countered actually by Vedanta? Atheist believes that it is all human effort. He only doesn't believe that there's a God as a prime mover. So if he doesn't believe that, what difference does it make?
The difference
Because
it makes is in his attitude. In when you know that there is a higher power enlivening everything, you go through life with a sense of gratitude, awareness, understanding. But if you refuse to understand that there is anything above you, then you go through life with an arrogance, with no reason to identify with people. There's an attitudinal change that happens when you have this understanding of there being something higher in life. But they are very particular because they are saying it's very clear. You do what you do, and then you get what you get, and a little bit of luck is thrown in, which is fine, which is correct. You do what you do, and you get what you get, and then there is a little bit of luck. So that explains it. In philosophy, there is a concept, I don't know if you all have studied it before, of preserving the phenomenon. Have we done that before? Preserving the phenomenon? No? Okay, so preserving the, of course we did it. We did it in How Do You Know What You Know, Deepraj. You can't say no. All gone. Okay, so preserving the phenomenon means you make an explanation for a particular phenomenon that enables you to make predictions with reference to that phenomenon. But it doesn't necessarily have to be correct. Okay, I'll give you an example. In the previous generations believed that we were living in a geocentric universe, right? The Earth was the center and all the other planets and everybody went around. This was their opinion. Now, based on this belief, they drew up charts of the heavens, they drew motions of the skies, of the planets, of the stars. And with this, they were even able to predict what will happen. Correct. They were able to say, okay, monsoon will come on this day, or yeah, this is where the north is or south is. They were able to make predictions based on that. But that base belief was wrong. So there is a school of thought that says we don't need to find out what the truth is. As long as we're able to preserve the phenomenon, we're good. It's a philosophical point of argument because philosophy says you have to find out reality. So this is a counter argument to that. Why should you find reality as long as you can preserve the phenomenon? So what the atheist is doing basically is preserving the phenomenon. He is saying that I get obviously the results of my actions, and there is a little bit of luck thrown in, and therefore all's good. I mean, in the sense he can make reasonable predictions of what his life is going to be. If I study, I will do well in my exams. If I work hard, I will do well in my work, whatever predictions he's able to make. So, but he's preserving the phenomenon, and therefore it becomes very difficult to argue with him and say, no, but you still don't know the reality over here. So, what is the stance the atheist takes is of preserving the phenomenon. Okay, so because what he's saying is correct, that part is correct. You will get what you do. Okay. Right, who will read the next thing? Prashant, why don't you only read the next paragraph?
The responsibility of your life, therefore, lies in your hands. Entertain positive thought and feeling. Perform positive action. You meet with fortune. Whereas with negative thought, feeling, and action, you bring about misfortune upon yourself. You mold your destiny. You get what you deserve. It is an unfailing law. Richard Chenoweth's French puts it across beautifully. A stone that is fit for the wall is not left in the way. Uh, bas- it basically says that the responsibility of your life therefore lies in your hands. Uh, Whether it be negative or positive, you are responsible for it.
Correct. You get what you deserve. Whatever you have is what you deserve. Once you got that, once that is clear to us, then it becomes life is very simple. Now let me deserve whatever I would like to have. Now I'm getting what I deserve. If I work properly, I will get what I would like to have. Yes, Surinder? If thoughts are emanating from consciousness, then why is it said God is not responsible for our thoughts? God thoughts are emanating from consciousness means what does that line mean? Consciousness plus thought. is equal to manifested thought, is equal to the thought that I know. So without God, it is not possible for you to have thoughts. But what those thoughts are is dependent on you, not on God. For instance, it is not possible to have light without electricity. But that there is light is not dependent on electricity, is dependent on that bulb. If you remove the bulb and you put a fan, you won't get light there. So the combination of the enlivening principle plus the thought is what gives that particular manifestation. Is that clear?
Not clear, ma'am, because consciousness, when we say it's basically your God principle. So through, if the consciousness is there, then only your thoughts are coming up, right? That is what my understanding is. Is it right? So is it not that the consciousness itself generates those thoughts based on which you take an action and then you create your destiny? So just wanted to get
How can
clarity on that.
think about what you just said? How can consciousness generate thought? For thought, you need what? For a thought to come to you, you
A
need
mind?
no, mind is thought. Before for a thought to come to you, you need a
Vasana.
vasana. Correct? If you
Okay.
give vasanas to consciousness, then what happens?
Okay. So basically, it's human,
Human.
not
Correct.
God.
So you can't. Then what is the role? Think about this example very carefully, then you'll get it. Electricity plus the bulb gives you light. Electricity is not light. Electricity passing through the bulb is light. The same electricity passing through a fan is breeze. The same electricity passing through a mixer is churning. So the God principle is the same. If it functions through the body, mind, intellect of a sinner, then what you get are wicked actions. That same consciousness functioning through the body, mind, intellect of a sage, what you get are noble actions. That same consciousness functioning through the mediocre body, mind, intellect gives you mediocre actions. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. But vasanas, is it that consciousness does not create this vasanas?
How can Vasana get consciousness?
Okay.
Vasana gets
Because once a
consciousness.
body is created, once a body is there, automatically body gets created through consciousness. So those thoughts always will be there, right? So
Wait. Surendra, you're doing lot of confusing things. There is the self. Who is our monitor today? VWT class monitor. Do you have our standard chart of body, mind, intellect, self, and all that?
I'll have to look it up.
Okay, it is there in FHI and follow the human intellect. Okay, does anybody have it easily available? Okay, let me try. Whiteboard. Oh, can you enable whiteboarding, Omkar?
Is this the one where you have self in the middle and then concentric circle as intellect, mind, body?
No, not that.
Okay.
Let's see now. Let's see if I can do this. Oops, it does. You can't type in this, is it? How do you type? Highlight. No. Okay, let's let us try. Oops, it's gone off. Now, why is it not writing? Okay, forget it. Oh, Surinder, you have to do this by just thinking it through. There is a self. Okay? The self, and then there are vasanas. These vasanas manifest as the body, mind, and intellect. Correct, Surinder?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, consciousness. By consciousness, I'm assuming you're meaning pure consciousness. Consciousness doesn't have vasanas because otherwise it won't be pure consciousness. But when pure consciousness functions through these vasanas, at stage 1, you get consciousness plus vasanas is equal to
Deep sleep.
Human being
Human.
desires. Yeah.
Thoughts, desires, and actions.
no, only vasanas at the moment. Yes, Deepraj?
Deep sleep.
Deep sleep. Okay, now you have no thoughts, no desires, no action. Okay, when the vasanas stop functioning, they first start functioning as thoughts. Self, pure consciousness, functioning through the vasanas and through the thoughts, and now you have
Mind.
now you have
Dream.
the dream state. Then consciousness functioning through the vasanas, which are manifesting as thoughts and desires and actions. And now you have
The waking.
Waking state.
the waking state. So when you are in the waking state, which is now, all those who have not yet gone off to sleep because of all this high philosophy, for those people, there is consciousness, there is vasanas, there is thoughts, desires, and there is action. This is a combination. The consciousness is functioning through it. The consciousness doesn't have it. Is that clear?
Yes, yes. No.
Janki ji,
Yes.
are you looking for a chart for which is a triangle, mind, body, and emotion,
No.
thoughts,
No, this one.
which is in chapter
Self.
3?
No, self, vasana, thought, desire, action. I'm looking for that. But it's okay if Surinder, thank you. I think it's okay. Surinder, are you okay with? I was trying to draw it on the whiteboard, but
Yeah, I understood it, ma'am.
does desires exist during dream state? Yes, of course. Don't you have desires in your dream? What are desires but a multiplication of thoughts? That's all desires are. Please, I think you have to write at some stage after we have some courses going on all, somebody should write a book on just definitions. One book on simple definitions, because if only our definitions came out right, I think understanding Vedanta is just child's play.
If I may interrupt,
You-
I've got a chart which says on top spirit, Atma, soul, self. Below is Vasana, inherent nature. Then it has got two parts, mind, mental personality, body, physical personality, and it goes down, which is I've copied from the book. Is this one you're looking?
Can you share it and then we'll see?
Yeah, I will share it. I think it's relevant to what you are saying. Yeah. If I can have the share, please. Monitor, can I have the share?
I think he's trying.
Okay.
Acha, you're co-host now, so yes, you can share.
Okay, right. I can. Right. 1 second.
I think it's okay. If Surinder is okay with it, maybe you just send it directly to him. You know Surinder, right?
No, no, it's ready. I'll just take 5 seconds.
Prashant, do you still have a question? I saw that your hand was raised.
Uh, Madam, that desires of that dream state person, madam? I mean, does desire exist during dream state?
Yes, it does.
That desires is of that
Yes.
dream state person, right now.
Yeah. Now let us see what is this chart. So right on top you see the self. Then you have vasanas, but this is incomplete because it shows only. No, this is not correct. This
This
depiction is
one,
not correct.
this thought words down below.
No. It's wrong because under mind you've put intellect, which is absolutely not. It, it's okay. We
Okay,
can discuss
fine.
it later, but this is not.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
So now, yes, do desires exist during deep sleep? Yes, it does. Now, if obviously there will be the desires of the dreamer, but the desires of the dreamer cannot be entirely different, are nothing but a manifestation of your own vasanas. So therefore, it's the same thing. Okay, so are we clear about this? The one of the most important lines that we have to remember is, especially because many people believe that they have not got what they deserve. Many people believe that. So he's answering that with this beautiful quote: a stone that is fit for the wall is not left in the way. If you're fit for the wall, you will be in the wall. So many people say, no, I'm fit for the wall, but I'm not on the wall. Now, why is that? That is because we don't seem to understand that there are multiple things playing in any achievement. We look at one thing. I am so much smarter than everybody else. I should have done much better. But it doesn't work like that. Because just this one quality, even though you have it, doesn't make you a stone fit for the wall. Now, we're going to study this in some detail later on, so I'm not going into it in great detail right now. But please underline it and keep it as a very important thought for us to have. That if I haven't got it yet, I don't deserve it yet. So I have to figure out what additional thing do I have to put into this mix so that I get it. Right? It is like a woman cooking in the kitchen. She is attempting to get a certain taste. Maybe her mother made it like that, or her grandmother made it like that. And they have given her the recipe. And she is making it. But that taste is not coming. So she will keep on adjusting different things until she gets the taste that she is looking for. She or he, you may be also doing. I don't know. Suppose Mahesh is cooking what his mother's made once. He will go on adjusting it until it comes to that taste which he remembers and which he is attempting to get. So, moral of the story is, Mahesh, moral of the story is,
we have to keep trying. adding and subtracting.
That if I have not yet got it, it means I do not deserve it. Correct, Bhargavi. You get what you deserve, not what you desire. Correct. So if you wish to deserve it, please find out what do you need to do some more to deserve it. Because the moment you deserve it, instantly it's going to be with you. Oh, I can't find a good guru. Well, then deserve it. I'm not able to do Vedanta studies. Well, then deserve it. Do what you need to do. I don't understand Vedanta. Then do what you need to do. And keep doing it till you get the result you want. Now you may say, oh, that is so depressing. Actually, it's not depressing. It is very energizing. It's very motivating because now the control is in your hand. You can make it whatever you wanted to make it. So it's a very positive way of looking at it. If I haven't got it yet, so what? I will get it. Right? So what has destiny told us? That whatever we have done in the past, it will make my today. This is what destiny tells. In Vedanta, what does destiny mean? Today. There is no destiny for the future. This moment is my destiny because this is the culmination of everything that I have done in the past. So something predetermined for the future, this moment is predetermined. Right. Now let us go to law of karma. Pushkar, would you like to read the first paragraph? You're new to the
Yes, ma'am.
class, is it? Today's your first day?
Yeah.
Great, welcome.
The law of destiny defines the status of a person at any moment of his life with reference to his past from the moment. Whereas the law of karma is an extension of law of his destiny into the future. Both the laws are based on the principle of cause and effect. The law of destiny states that you are at present and product of your past. The law of karma reaches further to the state that you are not only the product of your past, but the producer of your future as well. Destiny covers only the past and the present, while karma covers the past, present, and future. With reference to your past, you are a product, a slave, but with reference to your future, you are a producer, a master. You are the son of your father as well as the father of your son. You are a son, father, product, producer at the same time. Looking back and into your past, you develop pessimism. Looking ahead into your future, you gain optimism. With the knowledge of the law of karma, you begin to realize that your shortcomings and difficulties are the creation of your past unintelligent activities, and that you have now the opportunity to create a better future for yourself, that you are the master of your destiny. Can I just add, ma'am, as I understood it?
Yes, please summarize what this paragraph says.
I have got that Sanchit karma, Prarabdha karma, and Agami karma. So whatever has happened,
Sorry,
I am
sorry,
bound
there
to.
is no mention of any of those things here. You have to summarize this paragraph.
Okay. Whatever happened in the past is beyond my control, but whatever happens in the future is well within my control, and I can direct this towards good or evil as that is my choice. But there is no other one to control it.
Right. So my today is because of my yesterday. My tomorrow will be the combination of what I do today plus what I did yesterday. Yesterday is not being wiped out. So there is something that is coming from behind. plus I am doing something today. This combination is going to be my tomorrow. Very good. So now what are we doing? We are doing law of karma, which is the extension of destiny. Destiny tells me why my today is what it is. Karma tells me why yesterday, today, and tomorrow are the way they are. Right? So what are they? You as a human being are always at any time a product as well as a producer. If today you are a hot-tempered person, it is because of
Your past actions.
your past actions. If today you are a generous person, it is because of yes.
My present.
No, today you are a generous person because you've created those desires, those vasanas in the past. If today you're an educated person, it's because that's what you've done in the past. So, based on what you have done in the past, is your today. Whatever your difficulties are, say, oh, I can't get up in the morning and study because you've created the habit in the past of getting up late. Say, oh, I cannot tolerate anybody who's not punctual because you have created this from the past. So all our difficulties and all our shortcomings are nothing but the habits that we have created in the past. Since we behave in this manner, we get certain consequences. If you behave in a hot-tempered manner all the time, what will happen? You will find having any kind of relationship extremely difficult. Whether it's a personal relationship at home, whether it is an office, whether it is in friends. Even if you come to do volunteer work at Vedanta Wisdom Trust, you will have a problem. Because everything you get angry. What are you getting angry for everything? What were you expecting? The whole world will click into position and behave exactly the way you want? How is that to happen? Or if you're very charitable, that's because that's how you behaved in the past. Today you find it so difficult to take out anything and give because you've been such a conjuice in the past. Today you find yourself very disorganized. Why? Because that is what you created in the past. But suppose you choose differently. I will organize little bit today. I will control my temper today. I will do this, whatever you, according to you, need to do. Tomorrow, you can be a completely different person. Valmiki was a murderer and a thief, and he became the great Valmiki. Everyone has become what they have become because of what they put into it. Yes, Prashant?
Ma'am, for me, the doubt is like, how far in the past is this affecting me? I'm currently this way. I want to change. So when I'm looking at the data, whether it is so far from the past, or is it the recent past? How do I know it? I mean, what if I'm doing? What if I'm doing correct now, a little correct now, but I'm getting the consequence of so far in the past?
Possible. Until you wipe out that effect, think of it like a bank account. Think of it like a bank account. You have a balance sheet showing loss of X amount, right? Now, your question is, since when has this loss been coming? Well, we don't have records of the past now. 47 janmas ago, what you did, we don't have records. So today's balance sheet is showing this much loss, this much revenue generation. So if the revenue generation increases, the loss will decrease. But now, where did this loss come from? Previous records have been burnt. What can we do? They've been burnt in the fire of forgetfulness. Because we have done it ourselves, right? We should remember. But we don't, because nobody remembers anything. Even in your own life, this life, you don't remember anything. If I asked you when you were 7 years old, it was 7 years old plus 1 month, exact 7 year plus 1 month, that day, what did you eat?
Can't remember yesterday's stuff.
Yeah. So because of this, 99.9% of our life is forgotten in this janma. So how will we remember now what nonsense we have done in the past? So we have not kept records. But what has happened is the vasana has been molded in that way. So this is what we have right now. This is what it is. It doesn't mean anything to know how did I manage to mold it like this. What is important is how do I manage to mold it in a different way? That's a productive question. That's why Buddha had given this very nice example. He said, if a man is shot by an arrow, will he start worrying who shot the arrow, who made the arrow, which metal is it made from? You have to worry about how do I remove the arrow and cure myself.
Uh, Madam, that's it. So when that arrow has been caused due to recent one, because I can identify because I did that, so I will change it for the future.
No,
There,
at the moment you
I
cure
can.
yourself. You don't worry
Cure
about
myself.
where that arrow has come from and all that. It doesn't matter really. Right. Now, who will read the next paragraph? Okay, from now on, we're entering into one of the most difficult aspects of philosophy. If you thought all this was difficult so far, well, watch the trouble from now on. So it's a very, very difficult problem in philosophy. Most philosophies have no answer to this question. It is known technically in Vedanta as the prarabdha and purushartha problem. So we will come to it. It's destiny versus free will, basically. So how do you know destiny, free will? Is it all destiny? Is it all free will? You can what we have done so far is merely statements. Statements in the sense like it is in your hands. Now you have to figure out how is it in your hands? Why do you say it's in your hand? Like the great advantage a motivational speaker has over a philosopher is motivational speaker can say, it is so, you do this and it will happen. But the philosopher will ask, how come? How do you know? Who said so? Where have you found this? So philosophers have a much more difficult role than those of who want to be, these coaches and motivational speakers and all that. They are not bound to ask or answer the difficult questions. But as a philosopher, you're going to have to do that. Why do you say what you say? How do you know it? Yes, Prashant?
Um,
You are muted.
Ma'am, many times when we analyze ourselves, we see it through a short window of, and we see that the result is not correct. But because it's a short window, we feel like it's what is it, total injustice kind of thing. How can we overcome that? I know that this is my action only, but in that short window point, I feel that pressure. How do we overcome that?
How about focusing our attention on what is it I need to do? The way to overcome these are all mental things, right? That I'm just feeling the pressure of this. So if I shift my attention to what is it I need to do? What is it I need to do? Where am I trying to get? And what do I need to do to get there? Okay, suppose I'm tasting my dish. It has less salt. What do I need to do? I have to add salt. Similarly, I'm looking at my work and I'm finding this is absent. Whatever I feel is absent. Therefore, I'm struggling. So how do I get that thing which is absent? Or I may feel that I don't know what's absent. Suppose I don't know what's happening. Then what should I do? What do I need? I can't identify what is absent. I'm doing everything I can. I cannot identify what is absent. Then what do I need?
Take the advice of a superior intellect.
You ask somebody. Okay, I can't tell, so somebody else has to tell me. Suppose my stomach is hurting and I've done all the things I can think of to not have the stomach ache. And then I don't know what to do now. Then what will I do? I go to a doctor and ask him. So I have to figure out where's the lacuna, find out what's the problem. And if I find after doing this and experimenting and trying and all of that, and I still don't, then I need to consult.
Thank you.
Okay. Then now who will read the next paragraph? All the trouble is going to start from here. Who volunteers? Who has not read so far? Let me see. Nobody is even Vidushi.
I'll read.
Go ahead.
I'll read, Janki ji.
Please, please.
A human being, therefore, is bound by his own past while he is free to act as he wills. Freedom and bondage seem to coexist in one person. Thus, you are a product of your past. You also possess a free will to act as you please. There are two forces operating in your life. The one from the past that has shaped your destiny, known as prarabdha. The other which gives you the freedom to choose your action, purushartha. Your purushartha chooses your course of action, and the actions executed already by your purushartha, self-efforts, result in your prarabdha destiny. Your destiny is thus the cumulative effect of all your past self-efforts. Whatever has been the nature and quality of your effort in the past, the same will be reflected in your present destiny. If your physical, mental, and intellectual activities have been positive, you meet with a positive destiny. If negative, you meet a negative destiny. If partly positive and partly negative, your destiny takes the same proportion. So again, here, he's saying the same thing, that your past actions shape your destiny. But he's gone in little detail and given certain names to it, that your destiny, which your past actions destiny is known as prarabdha, whereas the action that you perform, which will be your future, is known as purushartha. Again, when you perform an action, purushartha, which it will result in your destiny, which is prarabdha. So it all boils down to your past positive actions result in a positive destiny, and negative actions result in a negative future.
Very good. So what is the main thing he has done in this paragraph is he's added the terms purushartha and prarabdha. Prarabdha is what is the propulsion from the past. Purushartha is your free will for today. Now he has to add these words because we're doing Vedanta, and now we're going to do it with these words. So please understand these words. Prarabdha is what's come from the past. Purushartha is what you can apply today. Right? This is all the new thing that has happened in this paragraph. Right. Vidushi, will you read the next one?
Janki ji, 1 minute.
Yeah.
Janki ji here mention, and the action executed already by your purushartha, self effort, result in your prarabdha destiny. Can you explain this?
Every time you had that choice, no, what to do. Yesterday you had a choice of what to do. Whatever you chose has now become your prarabdha. That choice has been there with you from the beginning, right? All along you've had the choice. You have exerted the choice in a particular way and therefore created a prarabdha in a particular way.
That is okay. But Purushartha, again, it become prarabdha, destiny.
Yeah, otherwise where did you get your prarabdha from? You did things in the past, no? You chose to do them in the past.
So that means we are moving in circle. It's going on. Purushartha, destiny.
Yeah, and no, Purushartha plus destiny is something that you have with you all the time. Prarabdha and Purushartha exist at all times, no? It's not like you have Purushartha this moment, but you didn't have it the last moment. You chose, you made choices. Now you bear the consequence.
Okay.
Okay, Vidushi. Next paragraph.
Destiny is similar to your bank balance, and self-effort to your capacity to earn or lose money, to credit or debit your account. Your bank balance at any point of time is the aggregate of all your credits and debits prior to that moment. Regardless of your balance showing credit or debit, your capacity to earn or lose remains independent of it. You could earn more and increase your balance, or withdraw more and decrease it. Likewise, regardless of your present status, you could put in positive effort and evolve spiritually, or indulge in negative effort and devolve. The law of karma goes on. So here he gives an example wherein destiny is compared to bank balance and Purish self-effort to your capacity to earn. Your bank balance at a point of time has been already determined by your past withdrawals and deposits, whereas your capacity to increase or decrease that remains independent of your previous actions, and you can always increase or decrease your bank balance.
Very good. It's a good example, right? Your bank balance is the combination of everything you've done in the past, but whatever your bank balance is has got nothing to do with your earning capacity. That's an independent thing. But the combination of your current bank balance and what you earn today will be what you have today, or what you spend today, either way. Right? Now, Millet, will you read the next paragraph?
Yeah. Hence, it is your effort that makes the difference to your destiny. Few understand this law. They meekly attribute their success or failure to God. Not realizing that God is merely substratum of activity and has nothing to do with nature or quality of activity. God is like the sun above. The sun is the source of activity. Sinner or a saint draws his vitality from the sun. The sun provides them both the energy to act. The sinner in a vicious way, the saint in a virtuous way. Thus, being act according to their independent nature. You cannot commend or condemn the sun for their particular deeds. The sun stands clear from vice and virtue of the word. So does God. God, through supporting everything, remains immaculate, free from happenings in the world. So basically, he's saying what we earlier discussed. Sun is there, he's giving energy to everybody, but how you function, what are the results, sun is not responsible.
Yes, very good. So it's clear. Okay, so now we are going to take the self of God.
Janki, 1 minute.
Yeah.
Under sun, clay getting harder and wax getting melted. Sun is not responsible.
If sun was responsible, then you should also get harder or melt because the same sun is on you. Sun is not responsible. It is the equipment that is responsible for whatever that happens. Clear? All the
Yes.
grass behind you is not melting or hardening. It is the material that is responsible for what happens. Now the son bichara is going on his journey on his own, and everything we attribute to him. See, without him, nothing will happen, but nothing happens because of him. In the sense that, I mean, of course, every example has its limitations, but if the sun was not there, you could not have a funeral on earth. Neither could you have a wedding ceremony. But he has nothing to do with that. No. He is shining in the water. No, he's not shining in the water. The medium of water is doing this. All right. So I hope this much is clear. From now on, we're going to start using technical terms because you're going to go into a serious study. Please, this is not a joke study. This is a serious study of Prarabdha and Purushartha. If you start thinking about this issue, you will realize the biggest problem in it is to claim self-effort. Because so far you have learned that vasanas determine how you think and what you do. Right? So if your vasana is there, what freedom do you have to think or do something else? And this is where the problem of free will comes. It's all very well to say, you are free to do whatever you want. Okay, but if I've already created the vasana, how am I going to do something that's free? Why will an alcoholic think that he shouldn't drink? Why will a generous person think whether he should be generous or not? Whatever is coming from the past will simply continue. So how can you establish any concept of a free will over here? Okay. So we will discuss all this next time. Hari Om.
Thank you, Janki ji.